Global starvation really hurts markets, and believe it or not, indirectly it hurts stocks. So let me start with this question. What is the weirdest, most exotic thing you've ever eaten? Bugs? That may become mainstream food. At least that's what one company is hoping for. Aspire Food Group started when a bunch of students won the McGill University Health Prize of $1 million at the Clinton Global Initiative on a business plan focused around insect consumption, solving the world's food problems. Today, Aspire has a cricket farm in Austin, Texas. This one's a little tough. A palm weevil larva farm in Ghana also to increase protein sustenance as additional source of income to families there. So what led to the idea of insect consumption, and where do they see this insect eating trend to be in 5 years? Joining me now on a Fox Business exclusive, Silicon Valley giant and Aspire investor, Cisco executive chairman John Chambers, and the man he believes will change the way the world views food, Aspire co-founder and CEO Mohammed Ashour. Mohammed, you were sitting there in Canada at McGill and University of Toronto coming up with these ideas. Tell us exactly what it is. What am I supposed to eat that will be great with protein, great taste, and will solve the world's food problems?
It'll be insects.
Which kind?
So we actually farm crickets in Austin, Texas, and palm weevil larvae in Ghana,
right,
both of which are extremely nutritious and have a high amount of protein, iron, and other micronutrients, and utilize an extraordinarily low amount of resources to produce.
John, how do you recount the story of hearing about this and saying, oh, that's what I'm putting my money behind?
Well, Liz, the bigger movement here is the whole world gets connected, going from 17 billion devices connected to the internet to 500 billion devices in the next decade. It will transform every industry in the world. What I try to do is focus on the market transition. In the area of food supply, you suddenly realize that robotic cricket farming, literally connecting everything in this world, can transform the way that you deal with hunger. And in your morning shake in the morning, it will have more protein and more value to you than anything else. And by the way, the crickets are extremely good. You know my record, Liz, on getting these transitions right, whether it's at Cisco or other startups. Mohammed's got the right idea, and after the story broke in the Wall Street Journal, all of a sudden everybody wanted to invest in this company.
Yeah, and we're the first to get you on this. I understand, Mohammed, they come, the whole roasted crickets come in 5 different flavors, everything from Southwestern to Texas barbecue, sour cream and onion. But how do you get the consumer to move beyond, I can't eat this, it has an antenna?
Well, a big part of it is positioning with the consumer instead of against them. So we don't tell people that, you should eat insects because, everything you've ever learned in your life or all the instincts you have biologically to feel a little bit of a revolt when you think about insects, you should ignore. Instead, what we say is, you're absolutely right. Insects, as we typically think of them, found in the wild, we don't know what they eat, etc., may not necessarily be very appetizing. But what we farm is a keta. We actually raise crickets under the highest standards of food safety and food supply chain transparency, and we provide our crickets with the best quality organic feed and water that is more pure than what you and I actually drink.
Well, John, I can hear, the regulators of administrations past screaming about this and making it very difficult, as they seem to have in the past made it difficult for many startups. President Trump says he wants to get rid of what he calls job-killing regulations. What would that do for a startup like Mohammed's?
Well, what it would do is suddenly allow you to double your head count in a startup like Mohammed's company every year, which they've done 3 years in a row. And if you look on the bigger scale, Liz, we only took 90 companies public on the NASDAQ last year and only 35 on the New York Stock Exchange. To create 25 million jobs, which is very doable, we must become the startup nation of the world again, and we need the number of IPOs, which are kind of the tip of the iceberg on how quickly you're growing employment, to probably be up 3 to 5x its current rate. So what I think the Trump administration is doing, and I'm an optimist on this, is they will create an environment where small businesses will grow much more rapidly, and you'll have many companies like Mohammed that double the head count every year in an industry there were no jobs just 5 years ago. So I think this is where all job creation will occur in the U.S. Large companies won't be adding jobs, unfortunately, over this next decade. It's got to be all small company growth.
Well, let's watch for that. Good luck to you. John Chambers, Cisco executive chairman, and Mohammed, send me a cricket. I'll try it.
We'll send you quite a
do that
bit.
on camera.
I will. I'll put a lot
Thanks,
of ranch
Liz.
dressing on it.
Mohammed, nice job.
Listen, the company
Thanks,
is
John.
called Aspire. Check it out. The closing